بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم.
شروع اللہ کے نام سے جو رحمان و رحیم ہے.
اقرأ بسم ربک الذی خلق.
پڑھو اے نبی اپنے رب کے نام کے ساتھ جس نے پیدا کیا.
خلق الانسان من علق.
جمے ہوئے خون کے ایک لوتھڑے سے انسان کی تخلیق کی.
اقرأ وربک الاکرم.
پڑھو اور تمہارا رب بڑا کریم ہے.
الذی علم بالقلم.
جس نے قلم کے ذریعے سے علم سکھایا.
علم الانسان ما لم يعلم.
انسان کو وہ علم دیا جسے وہ نہ جانتا تھا.
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. السلام علیکم. This is class 9th and I am your English teacher. Today we are on week number 6, video number 5. Okay. Today our topics are voices, prefixes and suffixes. These topics are mentioned in this book, are given in the book, New English book for class 9th. Okay, and unit 2.3 and 4.3. And 2.3 we will read suffixes and 4.3 voices and prefixes. Okay, let's start. First of all, open your book, page number 90. And page number 90, the voices are given, active voice and passive voice. So I'm also following this book, page number 90. You should also follow this book. Okay, the voices. Do you know what is the voices? Literally, simply the meaning of voices are sounds. Whatever we make sounds, it is called voices. Okay, but figuratively or grammatically, the voices mean action. Action of whatever subject to action is called the voices. There are two types of action. First, subject do action directly. That is called active voice. And subject is dominant. In first action, whatever we are doing the action, for example, I am teaching English. I am here dominant. I is subject here. Subject is dominant here. But if English is taught by me, here object is dominant. Okay, if subject is dominant, that is called active voice. And if object is dominant, that is called passive voice. So there are two types of voices, two types of actions, active and passive. Passive. Okay, before going to understand these two topics, let me tell you that why are we learning these voices. First of all, in the board exams, I think 5 or 6 numbers comes from the voices. And if you want to compose or speak English, in composition we always use voices, passive voice. We always use to show ourselves. That is why we always use passive voice in composition, in direct narration and passive voice. Okay, voices are important in composition. If we want to write an essay, then we will write that essay in passive voice. Okay, that is why we are learning these voices. Active voice, passive voice. There are two types of action, active and passive. Let me give an example. He eats an apple. Simple sentence. He eats an apple. Sentence structure. What is sentence structure? What we have used first. Subject, helping verb is missed. Why? Because this is present simple tense. In present simple tense we never use helping verbs. Object, main verb, object. Other words are not used here. So this is subject, this is main verb, this is object. Here he eats an apple. He is dominant here. He is eating an apple. He is dominant on action. Okay. This is active voice. For example, passive, if we want to change it in passive, how will we change? First of all, we will use object. The sentence structure of active voice is subject, helping verb, main verb, object. The sentence structure of passive voice is, first we will use object, and we will also use helping verbs. There are different helping verbs in active voice and passive voice. For example, in active voice, present simple tense, there are no helping verbs. But if we will use in passive voice, present simple tense is, am, are, or the helping verbs are passive voice, present simple tense. An apple is singular. Is, here no helping verbs are used, but we have used here helping verbs. Main verb will always remain in third form. In passive voice, main verb will always remain in third form. Okay? Eat, first form. Ate, second form. Eaten, third form. Eating, fourth form. Which verb main verb will use? Eaten. Which form? Third form. Eaten, and we will also ate by. Between subject or object, or we can say subject, because subject comes at the end, object in passive voice, and main verb. We will add by. By and he. What is the objective case of he? Him. He will be him. Okay, these are the subjective case, these are the objective case. I will be in me. We will be changed into us. You will be same you. She, her. This is subjective case, this is objective case of she. He, him, they, them, it, its. Okay, and the name will be same. Okay, name we will use, the subjective case of the name is same, and objective case will also remain same. That is the structure of active voice and passive voice. This is the sentence of active voice, and this is the sentence of passive voice. In active voice, we always use subject, after then helping verb, after then main verb, after then object. In active voice, main verb varies. In present simple tense, we use first form. In present past simple tense, we use second form. Okay, but in passive voice, we will use just one form of main verb, third form of main verb. But in passive voice, we will use first of all object. Object will be in subjective case. After then helping verb. Helping verb are different. Okay, and after then we will use main verb, third form, and then by, addition of by. Sometimes we use add by, but sometimes we always add be. I will teach you the later. And then subjective case, subject will be in objective case. Okay, that is the sentence structure. I have given you the example. There are some kinds of active voice, passive voice, and we will learn these kinds. Voices of tenses. Active voice, passive voice of tenses, I will teach you today. Number 2, voices of imperative sentences. Number 3, voices of interrogative sentences. Number 4, voices of who sentences. Okay. Number 5, Voices of a sentence having two objects. Okay, these voices we will learn today. These are the comprehensive kinds of the voices. If you learn these voices, then you will never try again to learn these active voice, passive voice in your further classes. Voices of tenses, voices of imperative sentences, voices of interrogative sentences, voices of who sentences. Okay, and voices of a sentence having two objects. Okay. So let me start the voices of, we are going to start voices of tenses. Number first, we will learn voices of tenses. As I have already told you, there are 12 tenses. 3 times, and each time is divided further into 4 forms. 4 plus 4 plus 4, present, past, future. There will be 12 tenses, or 12 forms of the tenses at time. Okay, but some tenses can be used in active voice, and some tenses we cannot use in passive voice. There is no any form of passive voice or any sentence of passive voice. We cannot change it into passive voice. Let me tell you. You know we start from the present simple and we end always future perfect continuous tense. Okay. First of all, I'm going to tell you helping verbs. There are different helping verbs in present, active voice and passive voice. Number first sentence is present simple tense. Present simple. Which are the helping verbs of present simple? In active voice there are no helping verbs in present simple. But a same sentence in present simple tense, if we are using it in passive voice, then there are helping verbs of passive voice is am, are. Okay. If there is a sentence of a present simple tense, in active voice we will not use any helping verb. But if there is in a passive voice, then we will use helping verbs which are is, am, are. Second sentence is present continuous tense. Which are the helping verbs of present continuous tense? Is, am, are. These are the helping verbs of present continuous tense in the active form. But in passive form, we will just is, am, are, and we will add with these 3 being. Is being, am being, are being. Okay. You must memorize the helping verbs of both active voice forms and passive voice forms. Okay. Now present perfect. Has and have. Which are the has or have? These are the helping verbs of present perfect tense, has and have. And of active voice. In passive voice, which are the helping verbs? Has been, have been. Fourth sentence, present perfect continuous tense. There will be the active voice sentence of present perfect tense, perfect continuous tense, but we cannot change into passive voice. This is a Britain rule or English rule. We never change the present perfect continuous tense in passive voice form. Okay, I am skipping that tense. Next is past simple. No helping verb. Present simple and past simple sentence, these both tenses have no helping verbs. And in passive, was, were. Okay. Past continuous, active voice helping verb was and were. Passive voice helping verb was, were plus being. Was, were plus being mean was being, were being. Past perfect tense. Had is the helping verb of active voice, and passive voice had been. Okay. Again, past perfect continuous tense. There will be active voice. There will we can use sentence of active voice in of the past perfect continuous tense, but we cannot change into passive voice. Okay, there is a sentence of past perfect continuous tense. We'll just use that sentence in active voice. We'll never change it into passive voice. Okay. So next will be number 7, future simple. Shall, will, shall, will plus be, shall be, will be. Number 8, future continuous tense. We also never change future continuous tense in passive voice form. There will be active voice of future continuous tense, but we will never change into passive voice. So next is future perfect. Future perfect. Shall, will, have. It means shall have, will have. Passive voice. Shall have been, will have been. Okay, future perfect continuous tense. We can also will not change future perfect continuous tense into passive voice. There will be just active voice of the future perfect continuous tense, but we cannot change into in the future perfect continuous tense. The reason is this, that there is no any rule of in English grammar of these changings. Okay. So four tenses we will not change into passive voice. Present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, future perfect continuous tense, and future continuous tense. Okay, we will make the passive voice of these. Present simple to future perfect. We will miss these four. I have already mentioned the names of these four tenses. Okay. So the modals: can, could, may. Just we will add. These are the can, active voice helping verbs, and passive voice will be can be, could be, may be, might be. We'll just add be with these modals. Okay. If we want to change into the passive. Memorize these helping verbs of these tenses and modals. Active voice helping verbs and passive voice helping verbs. These helping verbs are very important for change if we want to change. Okay, these are the rules of the active voice, passive voice. Memorization of these helping verbs are necessary for you. If you are not memorizing these helping verbs of tenses, you cannot change any active sentence into passive very easy. Okay, tenses, we have what first rule? Memorization of helping verbs, both active and passive. Second is main verb. Main verb will be always in third form. In passive voice, main verb will be always in third form. We will never use any other form in passive voice. Okay, in active voice, we can change the form of main verb. For example, with present simple tense, we always use first form. For example, with present continuous tense, we always use present participle or ing form or fourth form. But in passive voice, we will just use one main verb, one form of main verb, which is that form, third form. Okay, and addition of by. Voices of tenses, we will add by, after main verb or before object, or you can say subject, because subject comes at the end in passive voice. After main verb or subject. Number 4, sentence structure. These things you have to memorize. Okay, these are the rules you can say. Sentence structure. What is the sentence structure of active voice? I have already told you, and I am repeating again. Subject, helping verb, main verb, object, other words. This is the sentence structure of active voice. And what will be the sentence structure of passive voice? Object, helping verb, main verb in third form, by, object, other words. Okay, these are the rules you have to memorize. You have to understand these rules before going to change active voice into passive voice. Memorization of helping verbs, you have to memorize the both helping verbs of active voice and passive voice. Main verb in passive voice we always use third form. Again I am repeating. Add by, addition of by after main verb or before object. Sentence structure, there is a cross sentence structure of active voice and passive voice. For example, first of all in active voice we always use subject, after then helping verb, after then main verb, object and other words. But in passive voice what we do? Object, helping verb, main verb, addition of by, here we will use subject and other words. Okay, you have to understand the sentence structure, okay, of these both tools, active voice sentence structure and passive voice sentence structure. These are the rules you have to memorize, or you have to remember these rules. Okay, keep in mind the rules of these voices of tenses. I am giving one sentence and I will change it into passive voice. One sentence of active voice and I will change into the passive voice of all tenses. For example, I write a letter. For example, this is active voice and we will change into passive voice. First of all, what we will use? Subject we will use here in passive voice. Sorry, active voice. But I am passive voice going to use object. A letter, helping verb. This is present simple tense. There are no helping verbs of present simple tense. But in active voice, but in passive voice, there are helping verbs of present simple tense. Is, am, are. A letter is singular. We will use which helping verb with it? Is. Okay, which is the main verb here? Write. And this is the first form of main verb. In active voice, in present simple tense, we always use first form of main verb. But in passive voice, we always use third form of main verb. Write, wrote, written, addition of by, and subject will be in object. Subjective case of I is I and objective case will be me. This is the sentence of present simple tense. Okay. Let me change another. In negative, that will be also in negative. We can use, for example, I don't write a letter. That will be in passive voice. There will be also negative sentence. For example, a letter is not by me. If it active voice in negative sentence, we will also use passive voice in negative sentence. Okay. Present continuous tense. I am writing a letter. I am writing a letter. This is the present continuous tense. Why? We will see helping verbs and form of main verb. If helping verbs are is, am, are and form of main verb is ing or fourth form, it means it is a present continuous tense. Okay. How will you change into passive voice? Letter, helping verbs, active voice helping verbs are present continuous tense are is, am, are, and passive voice helping verb is being, am, being, are being. A letter is singular, we will use is being. Main verb, form of main verb, which form of main verb used in passive voice? Third form of main verb. Written by me, we will add by. I have already written in the rules, we always add by after main verb. Okay, this is the present continuous tense. In such way we always use present perfect tense. I have written a letter. A letter helping us has and have, present perfect tense, active voice helping us. Passive voice helping us has been, have been. Has been main verb in third form, written by me. Try to understand the active voice of and passive voice of one tense. If you will understand the active voice and how to make the passive voice of any one tense, you will know the rules of all tenses very easily. Okay. Number 4, past simple. Sorry. I wrote a letter. Present perfect continuous tense we will not use in passive voice. This is a rule. I wrote a letter. This is past simple tense. Are there any helping verbs? No, there are no helping verbs. In active voice, there are no helping verbs of past simple tense. But passive voice, was and were. A letter was written by me. British rule we can use double T, written. Okay, but in the American rule just one T is enough. Spelling of written. Past continuous. I was writing a letter. Active voice. Passive voice. A letter was being written by me. Very simple. Past perfect. I had written a letter. Active voice. Passive voice. First of all we will use object, a letter. After then helping verb. Helping verb of passive, past perfect tense of passive voice helping verbs of past perfect tense are had been. We will use third form of main verb, write, wrote, written, addition of by and me. Okay, past perfect continuous tense, there is only active voice of past perfect and continuous tense, but we cannot change into passive voice. Okay, there is no any passive form of past perfect continuous tense. Future, I shall write a letter. If subject are I and we always use shall in British English, but in American English we always use will. Okay, I shall write a letter. First of all we will use object, and after that helping verb, passive helping verb of future simple tense are shall be, will be. A letter, with a letter we always use will be written by me. Number 8, future continuous tense, active voice. There can be an active voice of future continuous tense, but there cannot be any passive voice, a passive form of passive sentence of future continuous tense. Come to the future perfect tense. I shall have written a letter. A letter will have been written by me. Okay, and can, could, may, might you may write a letter. Yeah, I can write a letter. A letter can be. Active voice of can is can. But passive voice is can be. And main verb, third form, written by me. Okay, these are the active voice and passive voice of tenses. You should try to understand the rules of tenses, how to make the active voice and passive voice. After then you should try to understand the active voice and passive voice of just one tense, any tense. After then you can change all the passive voice very easily. Okay, these were the active voice voices of tenses. Now another kind is voices of imperative sentences. The voices of imperative sentences are very easy. There is no any rules of voice how to make the passive voice of interrogative sentence. I am telling you a few sentences, you will understand it very easily. Okay. For example, number one sentence is shut the door. Okay. In imperative sentence we always use request and order. You can say suggestion, advice, forbid, and etc. Okay. Shut the door. Here subject is missing. There is no subject in imperative sentence. Subject is, what will be subject here? You. It is understood. Okay. First person always speak with second person. Subject is understood here. For example, principal is sitting on the chair and he will order or he or she will order that to peon bring the chair. The subject will be understood here. Okay. So subject is understood here. Subject is missed here. This is the active voice. Here we will not add by. Okay. Let me explain. If subject is understood, first of all, what we will use? Let in passive voice. Let. After then we will use object. Okay. See the structure. Let the door. After the object, before main verb, we will use here be. Okay, we will add here be, not by, but be. But before the main verb. In tenses, we always add by after the main verb. But here we will use be before main verb. Let the door be shut. Main verb will be in third form. Again, in passive voice, whether it is the passive voice of imperative sentence or tenses or interrogative sentence or whose sentence, the main verb will be in third form. Okay. No other form we will use in passive voice of main verb. So shut is the first form, shut is the second form also, shut is the third form also. Okay. Shut the door. So this is the active voice and this will be the passive voice. Shut the door. So first of all we will use let, because subject is missed there. After that we will use object, let the door, and we will take the help of be, we will add be and shut in third form. Main verb will be in third form. Let me another example. Bring the chalk. Bring the chalk. This is the active voice. What we will use first? Let. Then object, let the chalk, then we will add this one, be, and main verb will be in third form, brought. Let the chalk be brought. Okay. Next, last example, for example, open the chair. So you open the gate. Okay. Open the gate. First of all we will use let, after then object the gate, after then we will use be, opened. Okay. Another is forbade. For example, imperative sentence of forbade or negative imperative sentence. For example, we always use, say, don't close the door or close the window. Don't close the window. Here don't is used. How do we make the passive voice? First of all we use let. Okay, after then we will use the window. Let the window not, here we will use not. Let the window not be closed. Main one will be in third form. Okay, if there is a sentence of forbade, and don't close the window, don't, if we are using don't, we will make the passive voice. First of all we use let, after that we use object, and not we will use here between be and object. Between be and objects. Object, when object will come here, there will be subjective case. Okay. Between be and object we will use not, and main verb will be in third form. So the imperative voices of imperative sentence is very simple. You can understand, you can guess, you can make now sentences of active voice and passive voice of imperative senses your own. Okay. So that is the rule of the voices of imperative sentence. Next is voices of interrogative sentence. Voices of interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences have two kinds. For example, number one, interrogative of tenses or modals, and interrogative, formal interrogative you can say. Interrogative WH family. Am I writing a letter? Which is the tense here? Present continuous tense. How? We will see helping verb. Help is am, are the helping verbs are present continuous tense, and there is also fourth form of main verb. This is an interrogative sentence. This is active voice. In passive voice, if the sentence is in interrogative, we will also keep that sentence in interrogative form. In passive voice also. For example, we will use here helping verb first. What are the helping verbs here? Am. After am comes I. That is why we have used am. But if we will make the passive voice, first of all we will use this one. Object, in passive voice we always use object. So a letter is here. So if there is a letter, with letter which form of main verb we will use? Is, am or are? Which form? Is. So here before letter I will use is. A letter being, is being, am being, are being. I have put the is before the subject because it is in interrogative form. Being, main verb will be in third form. This writing spelling is also correct. This is also correct. Okay. So this has been written in American. Is the letter being written by me? Is a letter being written by me? This is an interrogative, and active voice is interrogative. We will also use passive voice in interrogative form. Okay. But helping verb, we will use helping verb because of the object. First of all, we will see which is object here and which form of helping verb will be used with this object. Okay, in passive form. Next is, for example, why am I writing a letter? Why am I writing a letter? Why? So first of all I will use why. After then Same this one I will write. Y is a letter. I will keep that in interrogative form because active voice is in interrogative form. If active voice is interrogative form, passive voice will be also in interrogative form. Y is a letter being written by me. At the end I will use question mark. So that is the voices of interrogative sentence. Very easy. Voices are very easy, not difficult. You have to memorize the rules and tenses. After then you can understand the voices very easily. Otherwise everything is difficult. Without rules you will feel everything is difficult. So the next one is voices of who sentence. Who is also interrogative, but there is who is just one that we always change in the another form. Okay, for example, who wrote this letter? Who wrote this letter? Yeah, who is writing a letter? Okay, who is writing a letter? Or who wrote this letter? Who is knocking the door? Okay, if there is a who, so first of all, in that sentence, how will you make the passive voice of that sentence? See, first of all, we will use by whom. We will change who into by whom. By whom, this is the past simple tense. Which are the helping verbs of past simple tense in active voice? No helping verb. But in passive voice, which will be the form? Was and were. Who was? By whom was this letter written? By whom was this letter written? We will not add by after the main verb because we have already added the by here with whom. Okay. Another example I am giving you. Who is peeling an orange? Who is giving the presentation? Etc. How will we? By whom is an orange being peeled? Main verb will be in third form. This is present continuous tense, and we will change into with by whom. First we will use by whom, and all the other sentence will be in interrogative form. Okay, just we will add by before the whom, and main verb will be third form, passive voice. Okay, if there is a active voice of who sentence, you can change into that sentence, change that sentence into like this way. Okay, you can use this way, by whom. Who will be changed into by whom. Okay, so the last one is voices of a sentence having two objects. For example, very easy. He gave me a pen. He gave me a pen. Okay, here are two objects, one and two objects. This is direct object. He is working directly on this pen. He is working to give me a pen. Okay, this is an indirect object. So in that, if a sentence having or have two objects, we will change into like this way. If we will use direct object, a pen, past simple tense, was given to me by him. A pen was given by him to me. Okay, a pen was given to me by him. In passive voice we will use with indirect object before indirect object to. In other form, if we want to use this one, then we can also, I was given a pen by him. If a sentence have two objects, we can change it into both form or both methods. This method and this method. We can use this method and this method also. Both methods are correct. Okay? That is also simple, but just I want to tell you that with two methods we can change if a subject have two objects. If a sentence have two objects in active voice. Okay, these are the active voice and passive voice we have learned. Okay. And for example, I am telling you another thing. In passive voice, subject, using of subject is not necessary. For example, he writes a letter. If we are using it in passive voice, a letter is written. By him is not necessary. We can use, and if there is a sentence, complete sentence, then we will must use here by him. But if this is not mentioned, if there is just one sentence of passive voice, if there is not written by him or etc., then we will understand by someone. A letter is written by someone, we will understand it. Okay? So by him is not necessary in composition. But if active voice is in active voice, is he or subject is there, then it is also necessary. Then we will use there. Okay? So that is active voice, passive voice are in your course. And come on, book page number 90. These active voice are given, page number 90, the rules, whatever I have taught you. Here the rules of tenses are given, but I have also taught you voices of imperative sentence, voices of interrogative, and voices of a who sentence, and voices of a sentence having two objects. Now there are exercise given here, exercise number 2 and exercise number 3. Exercise number 2, page number 91. That is your home task or home one. Solve. These are the exercises of active voice and passive voice. Solve exercise number 2 and 3. Page number 91 and 92. Two exercises are given here, and there is some helping verbs are missed. You have to use the helping verbs in exercise number 2. In exercise number 3, you have also used helping verbs of tenses. These are the active voice and passive voice of tenses. Okay. It is your homework, home task. If you turn your page number 92, there are prefixes given. Prefixes. Okay. Next topic is our prefixes. What is the meaning of fix? Mean to put or keep. Before. The meaning of pre is before. Okay. For example, here are given try. What is the word? Try. Which prefix we will use here? Retry. So this is the prefix. What is this? This is the prefix. एक वर्ड के साथ जो अल्फाबेटिक कुछ वर्ड्स हम पहले रखें तो उसको प्रीफिक्स बोलते हैं. Suffixes mean बाद में रखें. Move is a verb. Meant is suffixes here. Okay. So re and miss, this and un. Re, miss, dis, un. Okay, here the examples are also given. Allow, disallow. We will use disallow. Here prefix is dis. For example, group, regroup. Okay, trust, mistrust, honest, dishonest, spell, misspell, tidy, untidy, join, disjoin. So these are the prefixes which comes before a word. Before a word, we always use an alphabets or some words, or you can say group of word, 1 and 2 word alphabet. We always use before a word is called prefix. पहले जो यूज होता है कुछ ग्रुप ऑफ अल्फाबेट उसको प्रीफिक्स बोलते हैं हम लोग. ठीक है. If you will see on page number 92, you will understand this, and you have to use or solve exercise number 4. Exercise number 4, A and B. You have to use these prefixes: re, mis, dis, and un. Okay, 6 sentences are given in exercise number 4A, and 5 sentences are given in exercise number 4B. In exercise number 4C, 5 sentences are given. Okay, you have to solve the exercise. It is your home task or homework. Solve exercise number 4, A, B, C, page number 92, 93. Okay, you have to use the prefixes of re, mis, dis, and un. Okay, and turn your book pages, go to the pages, unit 2.3, page number 38 and 39. So we have understood voices and prefixes. Now I am telling you what are the suffixes. Number 3 topic is suffixes. Okay, the meaning or the usage of suffixes, we always add something at the end of a word. Okay, some alphabetic order, or we can say some letters we always add at the end of a word is called suffixes. Last में जो use करते हैं word के last में, okay, उसको कहते हैं morpheme. 2 morpheme होते हैं. First morpheme से second morpheme जो connect करते हैं उस second morpheme को हम बोलते हैं suffixes. ठीक है. Morpheme is the basic unit of sentence structure or words. Page number 38. Here some suffixes are given. Meant. These are the suffixes we will use are at the end of a word. Meant, nes, un. We have made the suffixes of these 3 morphemes. For example, agree. Word is agree. What is the word? Agree. And we will add it meant. What will be the word? Agreement. So this is the suffix here. Okay, जुमले के वर्ड के बाद में जो यूज होता है मॉर्फेम उसको बोलते हैं सफिक्स. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अनदर वर्ड इज फ्रैंक. What will be the word? Frankness. Okay. For example, survive या arrive. We will add an, and what will be word? Arrival. Okay, these are the suffixes. Meant, nes, hal. Suffixes वो होते हैं जो जुमले के आखिर में मॉर्फेम, उस मॉर्फेम को कहते हैं जो जुमले के बाद में यूज होते हैं. सॉरी, जुमले के वर्ड के अल्फाज के बाद में जो मॉर्फेम यूज होते हैं उन मॉर्फेम्स को हम सफिक्सेस कहते हैं. Okay, on page number 38, some exercises are exercise number 4 is given. A, B, and C, In A, you have to solve or fill the blank 6 sentences by using MENT, NES, AN. ٹھیک ہے. So it is your home task. Solve exercise number 4, A, B, C, page number 38 and 39. Okay, you have to solve these exercises of suffixes. You have to use these 3 morphemes or suffixes. Okay, mensch, nes, al. So that is our last topic. That was our last topic. We have understood. I hope کہ آپ لوگوں نے صحیح طریقے سے یہ 3 ٹاپکس جو ہے میں نے ابھی آپ لوگوں کو سمجھائے ہیں وائسز کے، ایکٹیو وائس، پیسو وائس، پریفکسز اینڈ سفکسز، تینوں ٹاپکس آپ لوگوں کو صحیح طریقے سے سمجھ میں آ چکے ہوں گے. یہ تینوں ٹاپکس 9th کے کورس میں ہیں اور مجھے امید ہے کہ آپ لوگوں کو یہ تینوں کورسز سمجھ میں آ چکے ہیں اور آپ لوگ بورڈ کے پیپر میں یا اور کوئی ایگزام میں ان تینوں کا یوزیج صحیح سے کریں گے. تھینکس اللہ.